A moment of high drama as a delegation of America's bishops applaud migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border. The clerics are there to stand with them. Good evening, everyone. I'm Liz Faublas. The high-profile mission is drawing major attention to the separation of immigrant families who entered the country illegally. The church is playing a major role in tending to the needs of many of these migrants. We have team coverage. Editor of Nuestra Voz, Jorge Dominguez, and Currents News, Tim Harfmann, are in Texas. We begin with Tim Harfmann standing by at the Basilica of Our Lady of San Juan del Valle in McAllen. Tim.
Liz, it is here at the Basilica and also at a Catholic Charity Center where the U.S. prelates are gathering to show their support for the marginalized. Hundreds of detained men, women, and children arrive at this McAllen, Texas bus station every day. Most carry everything they own in plastic bags. Even their shoelaces are taken by federal agents, afraid the migrants could use them as a weapon. Some adults are forced to wear electronic ankle monitors. Most have been traveling for weeks before they're dropped off here from the McAllen Processing Center. Their next stop is unclear. Mateo was willing to speak with us. He's migrating from Guatemala for a better life.
Very difficult. Coming here was very difficult. We went through Mexico. We walked 2 hours each day. It took us 13 days to get here since we left Guatemala.
At 53 years old, Mateo's seeking asylum in the U.S. for the first time. He is waiting to board a bus to live with a friend in California.
What I want to do is look for a good job to repay the debt that I have in Guatemala. I have borrowed money to come here, so I'll have to find a way to support my family in Guatemala to get back the money that I spent.
For a few hours, Mateo and other migrants receive a sense of hope. At this Catholic Charity Center a few blocks from the bus station and just 10 miles from the border, volunteers welcome migrant families with food, clothing, and a place to rest. Sister Norma Pimentel runs the facility and has helped thousands of immigrants escaping the violence that plagues their homelands.
They fear for the lives of their children. They're really afraid that their kids are going to be taken away and forced to be part of those gangs, and if not, killed. And so they find no option but to try to see if somewhere else they can find protection.
In the wake of what the United States bishops call an inhumane situation, Cardinal Daniel DiNardo is leading a group of clerics to the border. The president of the USCCB celebrates bilingual mass at the Basilica of Our Lady of San Juan del Valle. He says the mission of this trip is to show solidarity.
Listening and being with them. Being with them, that's the most important thing.
The prelates visit the Catholic Charity Center to meet asylum seekers, spending time to welcome each one of them and hear their experiences. Bishop Daniel Flores leads the Diocese of Brownsville, which is home to nearly 1 million Catholics.
We need to be the ones in the church who are saying we're talking about flesh and blood in which resides the face of Christ. And that informs our discussion.
We are a country of laws, but we're also a country that has compassion. And we want to make sure that as people of any faith, we want to make sure that we can uphold human dignity.
And the bishops are having a news conference to talk about their findings after 2 days at the border, and I'll be there. Liz, back to you in Brooklyn.
Tim, Catholic Charities is straining under the load of immigrants in need. What are their plans for dealing with this migrant wave?
Well, Sister Norma says that the center would like to help even more, but they've already outgrown their current location. So they're in dire need for a bigger complex to help the migrants and also fit their lives. Liz.